The not-so-amazings, losers of 9 of their last 13. Welcome the Cards to Big Shea. It's a one-game makeup. Yeah, big plays, not excuses. Albert Pujols, grounder up the middle. Bobbled, then booted by Luis Castillo. Everybody's safe. Cards would add a run, go up 1-0. Top of the third. Here's Pujols. Not going to need any help here. No error. That's a flat-out double off Pedro Martinez. Rick Ankiel scores. The Met fans already becoming, well, bored is what they've been seeing lately from New York. Martinez, first time he's pitched in the 7th inning this season, gets Pujols to fly out to left. 7 innings, 2 earned for Pedro. Bottom 7, Moises Salou has a 30-game hitting streak. Joel Pinheiro pitched a great game. The lose-out streak over, though it didn't end New York's 7-game home losing streak against Carlos Delgado. Pinheiro, 8 innings, no earned. Bottom 9, 2 outs, Mets down 3. David Wright hitting .432 his last 10 games. Jason Isringhausen gets him. It's the first time in over 4 months that Willie's Mets haven't had sole possession of first place.
So the game of interest between the Phillies and Braves could produce a co-leader in the NL East. Bottom first, Phil Vinehorn with Oil and Go. It's the big man, Ryan Howard off John Smoltz. 2-run shot, his 44th. That guy, he could be the MVP. I'm not sure he's the MVP of his team, but perhaps in the National League. Jimmy Rollins also pretty good. Bottom third, 4-0 Phils. Howard at the plate again. Smoltz. Now, he gave up the long one you saw. Smoltz is pretty good. Gets him here. That was filthy. 196th strikeout in the season for Howard. He sets the single-season Major League record. He later added 197th for insurance. Later in the frame, Pat Burrell, 2 for 26, 14 Ks versus Smoltz in his career. Well, the numbers look a little better now. His 30th home run of the year gives him 97 RBIs for the year. It's 6-0 in favor of the Fightins. Are they going to pile it on, or are they going to give yourself a little CPR finish? Chipper Jones, NL's leading hitter, matches Burrow with his 30th. And it's a 2-run shot. This one coming off Kyle Kendrick, so it's a 6-2 game, and the Cheese gets a little more binding in the 7th when it's 6-3. And Edgar Renteria is at the plate as the tying run, but Tom Gordon gets him to fly out to center. Gordon pitches in and out of trouble in the frame. We go to the 9th. It's now 6-4 at this point. The Mets have lost. The Phillies fans know it. They're waving the white flag, not of surrender. That's a towel of good luck of some sort. Brett Myers gets Kelly Johnson. Oh, happy first place. Comments from the co-leader's leader after the game. We are all tied up in the NL East as the Mets' downfall continues. It took 159 games, but the Phillies finally have a share of first place. More television. The Rocks are rolling. 10 straight wins, 5 at the expense of the Dodgers. Colorado a full-on player for both the wild card spot, NL West title, and Garrett Atkins just keeps going. His 25th of the season. The Rockies are up 2-0. Next batter, Brad Hawpe. Hawpe, you know, is a good thing, maybe the best of things. Back-to-back homers for the Rocks, 3rd time this season. They're up 3-0. Hawpe now has 29. Bottom 4, Dodgers still down 3-0. We got a runner on first, James Loney. Lines at the right center. Ryan Spilborghs, he's hustling. Love Spilborghs with an S. No. Matt Kemp scores. Loney, just keep going left until the guy puts his hands up. Whoop! Stop with a triple. We take another look at the effort given by Spilborghs. You know, the best you can do is try the best you can, and he gave good effort. Dodgers down 3-2. Bottom 5, same score, 2 outs. Tomato signs up the middle. Troy Tulowitzki, excellent play, top play nominee. He's not done. Still 4-3 runner on third, 2 outs. That, my friend, that should tie the game, but no, there's Tulowitzki. Former driller. Rockies get out of that inning. Top 7. 4-3. There's some insurance courtesy of Todd Helton. How good has that guy been through the years, huh? Rocks up 6-3. They go on to win it by a count of 10-4.
Still battling for playoff position. The Padres in Milwaukee. That's Dale Swain, the acting manager for the suspended Ned Yost. And he's watching Giovanni Gallardo. Been rather outstanding his last 5 starts. The pitcher, Jack Castle, up with a man on. Sacrifice bunt attempt. Stops. That's a fair ball. That's his first major league hit, just like he always dreamed about it. I'm sure. Get him that baseball. The batters later in the base loaded. Scott Hairston down the line. Jeff Jenkins, all sorts of problems in the corner. 3-run score. Hairston to third. Jenkins an error. 3-0 Padres. Brewers down 5-2 is a 3-1 pitch. Hitters count, right? Prince Fielder hit it right to shortstop. Grounds out. Brewers leading loaded. Top of the 7th, man on for Oscar Robles. Bunts to third. Ryan Braun tries to get the lead runner. Instead, throws it away. Third error of the game for Braun. He did it his 34th home run. As a team, the Brewers made 5 errors. Hairston with the base loaded. That eats up Braun. Everybody's safe. Khalil Green with 2 on. Singles to the left off the glove of Braun. Padres win 9-5. As for San Diego, just in the wild card race for now, the Padres still lead by a single game. The Mets and/or Phillies, however you look at it, they'd be tied for the East lead, but right now they are chasers here in the wild card race as well.
Wasted here, and well, Owings made good work of it. First, here's Owings, the hitter. Doubles to left field. Augie Ojeda will score. 2-0 Diamondbacks. Owings was batting .291 coming into Thursday's game. Bottom third, Owings on the mound doing his regular, sort of his day job. Carlos Maldonado, no. Next batter, Tony Armas. That's the pitcher striking out a pitcher. Armas, by the way, hitting 120 coming in. We go back to Owings, the hitter. Better than a lot of the other Diamondbacks hitters, apparently. Second double of the game. That's down. 4-0 at that point. Top 6, Owings. He gets another turn at bat. Yeah, why would you ever pinch hit for this guy? Third hit of the game. Snap the lumber. Doesn't matter. He's going to get himself a new bat, come up in the 7th in a 6-0 game, and rock another one. Mark Reynolds, Ojeda score again. Second 4-hit game this season for Owings. He's the first pitcher with 2 4-hit games since 1953. Quick, who was it? That guy right there. Who wouldn't know Whitey Ford if they didn't see him on the bottom right-hand corner of their television screen? On the mound, Owings gets Adam LaRoche. Owens batting .339, 8-0 Diamondbacks in a 2-game skid. Lost twice to the Buccos, needed that one. So nothing changes in the National League West, except the schedule continues to run out. Thursday, all 3 teams win. Monster Series at Coors to finish out the season for Arizona. Webb will get his start.
Cubs' magic number to clinch the Central is 3. The Marlins would have a magic number if they could play lose club all the time. Bottom 5, Marlins lead 4-1. 2 out, runner on. Miguel Cabrera doubles down the right field line. Dan Uggla scores. Lou wants to make sure that wasn't foul with first base umpire Eric Cooper. What do you think? We see chalk? Very tough to tell, but then again, I'm quite a distance away. Now top 6, 1 out, first and second. Craig Monroe grounds to Cabrera. He'll go to second with the throw.
Oops.
He'll go to right field with a throw. Mark DeRosa scores. I don't know what Scott Olsen's all ticked off about. He's going to get his second win in his last 12 starts. Matt Lindstrom's pitching. Alfonso Soriano is doubling off the left field wall. Marlins cut it to 5-4. That would be it in the 6th. Marlins are threatening the bottom of the 6th. Bases loaded. And Kerry Wood gets the pinch hitter, Jason Wood, swinging. Hanley Ramirez would hit his 29th homer of the season, but not there. That's a 5-3 double play. And Bill Murray in the house. Kerry Wood was there as well. Top of the 7th, Cubs are the base loaded. They're 3 for 20 with runners in scoring position in the series. Raynel Pinto gets Jock Jones. Cubs have lost 10 straight to the Marlins, longest active streak between major league teams. The Cubs, no thanks to themselves, see that magic number to clinch the Central, reduced to 2. Moving on, American League, Red Sox magic number to clinch the East, stuck on 2. The Twins in town for 4 to close out the regular season. There's a Cy Young candidate Chiclet next to Josh Beckett's name. Torrey Hunter, grounder up the middle. Dustin Pedroia, the stop, the throw. Beckett grabs the cutoff and throws it away. Beckett, 6 innings, 5 earned, 10 hits. Here's David Ortiz, get out of town. His 34th homer, his 3rd 4-hit game of the season, 12th of his career. Sox were down 2, make it 1. Jason Varitek puts a charge into it. And the Red Sox were down 5-4. Bottom 9, base loaded, 1 out. It's Varitek again. So could he do it again? Joe Nathan gets Varitek. Swinging. Next batter's Kevin Youkilis. Nathan gets him 2 on the check. 36th save from Nathan. 8 of the 9 Twins in the starting lineup had at least 1 hit.
Top plays. Here we go. Number 10, Fred. Diamondbacks, Pirates, Niger Morgan. Liner to right center. Usually Niger's in here, right, making the catch. But no, Jeff Salazar gets it. Diamondbacks, much needed win. 8-zip.
You know what time of year it is when we've got Igor in the hot plays. Shootout, Igor Grigorenko. The beauty of a goal. Red Wings win.
Yeah, another one just as good.
Saw Barry in the office. The President's Cup, day 1, Stuart Appleby. And his approach shot, let's going to be past the hole. But that's okay when you got backspin like that off the pin. Appleby and Retief Goosen lost their match.
So we saw Melrose in the office, not on the television.
Pretty much.
That's too bad. Number 6, college football, Southern Arkansas, Delta State. Monterio James picks up the ball. He scores for Delta State.
At number 5, you know, the NHL season doesn't open until Saturday.
No.
London. Sean Green, grounder up the middle. David Eckstein, nice diving stop. And a solid throw in support of Joel Pinheiro, who pitched very well for the Cards.
Seems like that's the kind of stuff Melrose would know. Number 4, President's Cup Day 1, David Toms. There he is. Look at that. Tracking, tracking, tracking. Put me down for a birdie. David Toms, New York won their match.
At number 3, back to that Cardinals-Mets game. Here's Pedro on the hill. Kelly Stinnett, the former Met, down the third base line. David Wright got it and got him. Some of the right range. Foul territory, left field. Let's lost the game 3-0.
All right, we had Texas high school football. How about Ohio, Brunswick, Elaria? Brunswick's Jordan Gribble takes the handoff on the reverse, down the left side. He's cutting, he's moving, he's running. Now he's like super extra speedy here, outruns everybody. 80-yard touchdown, Brunswick wins 49-14. Texas, Ohio, they like the high school football. Ditto Florida, Oklahoma.
And number 1, Women's World Cup. Well, it's not the U.S. team, it's Brazil.
There's another move. She was tucked from behind. She still has it. Nice cut there. Marta! She's got another.
That is incredible. Look at this little touch.
Coach was right. She is the best player in the world in women's soccer.
Mets hosting the Marlins at Shea. Oliver Perez getting the start. 2-0, ERA under 3 against Florida this season. Jeremy Hermida could care less. 2-run blast, his 18th of the year. 2-0 Marlins, just like that. Mets down at home.
The Phillies were at home, and in the second inning, Cole Hamels was on it. His 3rd start since coming off the DL. Gets his opposite number, the opposing pitcher, Tim Redding, to ground into a double play. Inning over, Hamels and all of Philadelphia fired up. Top of the 3rd, Hamels settling in nicely. D'Angelo Jimenez, Ryan Zimmerman. On to the top of the 4th, how about Austin Kearns, Willie Mo Pena, and then Tony Batista. You know what I mean. Hamels 5 strikeouts through 4, and the Phils were feeling it.
Back at Shea, 3rd inning. Oliver Perez in a bases-loaded jam. No one out. Hermida grounded to 3rd. David Wright throws home to 1. Paul LaDuca back to 3rd. Wright, for some reason, doesn't just step on 3rd. He tries to tag Hanley Ramirez. Ramirez is safe. Perez can't believe it. Take another look. All he had to do was just step on the bag. Jiminy criminy, David Wright, you're better than that. Marlins still had the bags full. After Miguel Cabrera strikeout, Perez hits Cody Ross with a pitch. 3-1 Marlins. Perez wasn't done plunking people. Next batter, Mike Jacobs. Good Lord. He hit him. 4-1 Marlins. Willie Randolph is like, what the? Move to the 3rd. Runner on for Carlos Beltran. And this is Beechwood aged. 2-run blast, his 33rd of the season, and here come the Amazons down 4-3. To the 4th. Fish have the bases loaded again. This time Miguel Cabrera. Grounder up the middle. Jose Reyes gets a glove on it but can't do much with it. 2-run score. Marlins take a 6-3 lead, and look at Met fans. Bless their hearts. Oh, they can't bear to watch.
Quite the difference, just south in Philadelphia. Philly fans, oh, no problem watching this. 2 on for Jimmy Rollins. Base hit up the middle. Rollins earlier in the game set the major league record for most at-bats in a single season, breaking Willie Wilson's record back in 1980. 2 batters later, Chase Utley. This really got out. That's a double high off the wall. It's 3-0 Phils. And remember, they got Cole Hamels dealing, twirling. Strikes out Ronnie Belliard in the 6th. How about Zimmerman? Where's that Austin Kearns fella again? Hamels strikes out the side. 10 strikeouts for Big Cole. The Phils enjoying a 3-0 lead.
Back to the Met misery. Willie Randolph is like, look, we got to stop the bleeding. Let's bring in El Duque. Never mind. Matt Trainer, just his 4th home run of the season. And the Marlins extend their lead to 7-3. Cue the Willie Randolph cutaway and the upset Met fan cutaway.
On to the 7th. It's 4-0 Philly, and looking for more insurance. They get the defense here. Watch Aaron Rowan. Are the Phils playing like a team that wants that division title? That is a tremendous grab. I nearly fractured my wrist just watching that catch. Impressive. That's not just me saying that. That's Hamels as well. Bottom of the 7th. Man on for Ryan Howard off of Arnie Munoz. Oh, yeah. If it's fair, it's gone, and I don't see a foul pole. 45th of the year, 24th since the break. That's the most in the league for the big fella. Cole was still dealing in the 8th. 8 innings, 6 hits, no earned, 13 strikeouts. Phils win 6-zip. They've won 12 of 15.
Okay, my turn. Back to Shea, 7th inning. Runners at the corners. Carlos Beltran, the tying run at the plate, but Matt Lindstrom strikes him out. So out number 2. Next batter, Moises Alou. Now in between Beltran and Alou, the fans at Shea knew that the Phillies had just won. Bottom 9. Mets down to their final at bat. Beltran flies out to end it, and after 135 days in first, the Mets fall into second place after losing 7-4. They can't believe it, but the Phillies are feeling it.
Do we smell it? Yeah, of course we smell it. And you know, like we want it, and we want it, you know, matter of fact, we might want it bad enough where we got to take it easy and relax and just play.
It's embarrassing. It's, you know, pretty pathetic that we have this division within our grasp with 7 home games, and we can't find a way to win one of them. It's, you know, a bad feeling. It's a feeling that, you know, the fans deserve better. Ownership deserves better. The front office deserves better. Willie, the coaching staff, deserves better. This is on the players.
Are those Met players? They're out of first place for the first time since May 15th.
Another crucial game between these two teams, Diamondbacks and Rockies. D-backs lead the West. Colorado has won 11 straight. 1 game out of the wild card, trailed Arizona by 2. Top 3, Connor Jackson. 2-run homer, his 15th of the season, and it's 3-0 Diamondbacks. Came off Jeff Francis, who was looking for his 18th win. Home half. Rockies get on the board when Matt Holliday. That dog will hunt. Off Brandon Webb, who had yet to beat the Rockies coming in. Rockies down 3-1. To the 6th, Stephen Drew. Single to right. Mark Reynolds scores from second, and Drew heads to second on the throw. D-backs up 4-1. Trying to add to it in the next inning. Chris Snyder, bases loaded, but he flies out as Ryan Spire induces that. Snyder went 0 for 4. D-backs still up 4-1. Bottom 7. 1 on for Brad Hopp. One of his 2 hits. And that's a gapper. Garrett Atkins picking him up and putting him down. He scores from first, and the Rockies cut the lead to 4-2 later in the inning. Runners at the corners for Matsui. But he grounds to short to end the inning. Remember, Webb 0-3 against Colorado this season coming in. He was held back Thursday so he could pitch on Friday. Jose Valverde trying to close it out in the ninth. Let's bring up Matsui again. And look at Valverde, he's all hulking up. D-backs get the win, 4-2. They clinch at least a playoff berth thanks to the win. Cubs can clinch the division with a win and a Brewer loss. Taking on the Reds at Cincy's Dojo. Top first, Alfonso Soriano leading off and going off. 32nd Tater of the season. This one coming off Bronson Arroyo. It's his 6th leadoff home run in the month of September, most by one player in any month in Major League history. Bottom 4, Edwin Encarnacion. Off Carlos Zambrano. Joey Votto is waved around third, but Soriano is there with a tremendous throw to get him out at the plate. Top 5 now. Derek Lee, D Nice. His 22nd home run of the season, and the Cubs have a 4-0 lead. Bottom 7. Back to Big Z. Carlos Zambrano. Trying to make it stand up. Gets butt coats. Next batter, Jason Ellison grabs some wood bump. Zambrano 7 scoreless. He's now 4-1 in his last 5 starts. Ryan Dempster gets Coates to ground out to the 6-4-3 game-ending double play. Cubs win 6-0, awaiting the result of that Brewers game.
And Robert, the Padres trying to continue their season while ending that of the Brew Crew. All those home runs not going to help them anymore. Khalil Green doubles to left off Claudio Vargas. Adrian Gonzalez comes around to score. And the Padres enjoying a 4-3 lead in the 6th inning. Bottom 6 now. Same score. Bases loaded. 1 out for the pinch hitter. Craig Counsell facing Clay Meredith. Meredith will drop down and make you hit ground balls like that one, leading the 4-6-3 double play. Brewers can't capitalize. Top 8, Khalil Green with a man on. Love the power from the middle infielders. Get out of town. His 26th homer of the year for the shortstop. Bottom 8, Joe Dillon's up with 2 on for the Brewers, and Heath Bell gets him. The Padres win in Milwaukee, and the celebration begins in the Cubs clubhouse in Cincinnati. The Brewers' loss means they're done, and the Cubs just starting. Blue and the guys, division champs.
It feels wonderful, and it feels so good for our players to be able to go in there and let loose and all this emotion coming out. It's wonderful. It really is. It's been a tough year. We started off poorly, and we had to dig ourselves to the 500 mark around the All-Star break or slightly after it. And then we got engaged in a wonderful pennant race with Milwaukee for a couple of weeks or almost a month. St. Louis joined the fray too, and we were able to outlast these people and win this division.
And so the Cubs make their 15th postseason appearance in their 105-year history. And get this, they qualified for the playoffs twice in a 5-year span for the first time since the late 30s. So they're hot. Chicago received career best efforts from Carlos Zambrano and Ted Lilly and Alfonso Soriano. Huge down the stretch, 13 homers in September. We're down from 2 to clinch their first AL East title in 12 years, the Twins in town. Remember when David Ortiz played for the Twins? That was a long time ago. That's Big Poppy's 51st double as a DH. That's a new record. Edgar Martinez hit 50 back in '95. Next batter, Mike Lowell shoots one to the right. That'd score Ortiz. And the Red Sox up 1-0 early. Top of the 4th now, Daisuke Matsuzaka looking to win for the 2nd time since August the 4th. He becomes the first rookie with 200 strikeouts since Kerry Wood 9 years ago. He does get 8 strikeouts in the game, 8 strong innings to win his 15th, and then it's Ortiz the shot. 35th of the year, Red Sox win 5-2, and after the game at the Fens, Red Sox fans watching the Yankees game.
Speaking of which, Yankees taking on the Orioles. Yankees are 7-8 against the O's this season. Top 3, Yankees up 2-1, runner on for A-Rod. Later. Daddy Yankees' 54th home run of the season. Yankee up 4-1. He's the 3rd youngest player with 1,500 career ribs behind Jimmy Fox and Lou Gehrig. Bottom 9, Orioles down 9-6, bases loaded, but 2 outs. Jay Payton, the former Red Sox, gets it past the right fielder Bobby Abreu, and it clears the bases, and we're tied at 9. Meanwhile, back at Fenway Park, woohoo! Red Sox, they decided to put the game on the Jumbotron at Fenway, and they're liking what they're seeing. They're going to love this. In the 10th, bases loaded. Guess who's back? M&M. Melvin Mora, surprise bunt, brings in Tyke Redmond. Orioles win 10-9. Back at Fenway, Red Sox fans celebrating their first AL East title since 1995. Orioles helped them do it, but the Red Sox will take it. They're division champs, and they were celebrating, spraying mums all over each other.
You know, this is something we've been wanting all year long, and we got it, and, you know, everybody is just hoping we can take us to the playoffs and make a run of it.
You know, we had a tough spot there. You know, we got swept by the Yankees and kind of turned that around and focused on just winning games. And, you know, we finally got a chance to clinch, and, you know, I'm just proud of everybody.
It was a year ago last August we started planning for this season, and it's just so great to finally break through to, you know, after 160 games to be in this position heading into the playoffs and hopefully having home field advantage throughout the postseason. So it's big, it's wonderful, feels great.
Indians go on to win 5-3. He should be A-OK, will be A-OK for the playoffs. Here a look at the AL playoff matchups. Angels and Red Sox in one series. Red Sox won the season series 6-4. Yankees and Indians in the other. Bombers swept the season series from the Indians, outscoring them 49-17. win in school history, beating West Virginia.
At number 8, Cards and Pirates, G.I. Nady, or Xavier, making the catch. Look at him coming on. There's no quitting those buccos. Cardinals won 6-1.
At number 7, rugby, England versus Tonga. Paul Sackey. He's running at a fierce pace of 70 meters for the try. We know it's accurate. An intern measured it. 2 tries in the day for Sackey. England wins 36-20 to reach the quarter.
Sackey for everybody. At number 6, Marlins and Mets, David Wright chases it down, barehands it, and gets the out at first. That's a great play. Wright had a play in the game that was not good.
At number 5, Nationals and Phillies, and Phillies are just red hot. Ryan Howard, one of the reasons why. But Austin Kearns makes a great catch at the wall. Ow, hits the fence, but Ryan Howard did connect for his 45th home.
At number 4, Diamondbacks Rockies, Todd Helton, up the middle or not up the middle. Steven Drew, the diving stop and the throw.
Cardinals and Pirates, David Eckstein. Pop up, shallow center, jumping Jack Wilson. Goodness gracious. Great catch by him.
Well, there's no quitting those Pirates. President's Cup, day 2. VJ, 6th hole, off the green. He shoots and he scores.